Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Turn that up just a little bit. Right there. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Y'all already see the title, so you know I got something hot off the press. What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? Let me get my other family members in over here. What's up, Princess Love? What's up? Reginald McLean, what's up, y'all? I see y'all. Let me know who's tapping in and where you tapping in from. Hope all is well with everybody. Hope y'all blessed above the rest. All is well. You are in peace and not in pieces. What's going on, Instagram cousins? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds, and I am coming by to disrupt. Y'all already see the headline. What in the world is happening to America? What in the world is happening to America, y'all? Y'all don't see what's going on right before your very eyes? It's time to wake up. It's time to stand up. It's time to take position. It's time to take authority. It's time to take your power back. There is so much going on, okay? Hi, hello over here, Instagram cousins. I want to ask you before I get to yapping off at the mouth and taking these few moments right here in the intro to wake you up if you ain't woke, or keep you awake if you are woke, okay? Before I do that, I welcome everybody here, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. What's going on, cousins? If this is your first time, welcome. And if this is your second, 10th, 100th time, then welcome back, okay? Housekeeping rules real quick. Go ahead and like and comment and share, subscribe, tag, invite, do all the shenanigans you got to do on this here social media, okay? It helps get me in the algorithm so that it shows up on people's timelines that it's supposed to show up on. They will refer, okay, this video in somebody's feed that need to see this other than you. It absolutely costs you nothing, not even time to do so. Click share, click copy, click tag. As simple as that, okay? So now that we've gotten that out of the room, engagement is really important over here. One of my biggest pet peeves is I don't like people watching me for no reason. And then I don't like feeling like I'm talking to a computer, because I'm not. I'm talking to people on the other side of a firewall, on the other side of a computer. And I am using the airwaves to communicate and reach you wherever you are, okay? So I do not like to be felt that I am talking to no computer screen. I'm not a robot. I'm not a humanoid. I'm not any of that, okay? This whole AI stuff, this whole live streaming stuff have made us not only comfortable but disrespectful. Because in real life, if I walked into your house and didn't speak to you, you would put me out of your house. If you walked into my house and didn't speak to me, I will put you out of my house. There's certain rules and regulations that go on in your physical house. Well, social media is a house too. It's a social house. Okay. So one thing I don't like is the disrespect. If you can't say hi, then just move along. Okay. I like to greet everybody. I like to know who's tapped in. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and kick this off. Again, I'll ask you throughout the broadcast to share. And again, it's to help me reach the people that I'm supposed to reach. And it's also to help me beat these robots that we up against. Hailing from Memphis, Tennessee. All right, I see you in the building. I see you in the building. What I want to talk about, and I got some headlines for y'all today. I hate to say I told y'all so, but I did. I hate to say, I told y'all so. Even though I know whatever God speaks to me is 1000% legit. I hate to say I told y'all so. It is a trip to see that God was saying the very things that are happening right now 2 years ago. For real, for real. I told y'all that bringing in the military on our streets, the military is supposed to protect against domestic terrorism and international terrorism, but crime is not terrorism. Crime is crime. You don't supposed to have the military walking up and down the corridors of the streets. And I told y'all something was very disturbing about that, and how they were constantly making moves to go into other cities and do the same. That was not normal behavior. But one thing that I have realized and recognized is that these people have dumbed down the American people so bad. So bad. Lots of people rely on the politicians, rely on the news media to give them information, whether it's false, whether it's facts, whether it's fiction. They believe what these people say. And at the end of the day, ain't none of these people got your best interests. It's all about them, friends. More viewerships equal bigger payouts, more views. Everything is about clout and views and likes and talking points and, tearing down the other party. Why y'all just can't be on a united front as the United States? The United States is called united for a reason. There's nothing united about the states up over here right about now. And they are trying their damnedest to divide us so bad. And I'm telling you, before you can blink your eye and realize that we're going to be needing one another, we already need one another. We already right now need one another. And the Constitution and everything about the Constitution, whether we know it or not, is to protect us from a tyrannical government. And if y'all don't see that that is happening right now, baby, you are sleep. You are dangerously asleep if you don't see that right now. And so I want to share with y'all a couple of things. I just have to shake my head. Let me get it pulled up and we'll go through it just like this. Where's my tab at? Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. Somehow my tab is gone, but let me see if I can get it pulled up real quick. All right. All right. First things first. Let's see where we gonna start this train at right here, right now. Okay, yeah. Since we started there, we're gonna start right here. Let me share my screen, turn my screen sharing on so y'all can see it as well. Because I told y'all before this even was a thing that this was about to be a thing. And then let me go ahead and flip the camera around over here on y'all so y'all can see this too. Now, as I mentioned in LA, when they had, what was they doing down there? The ICE. When they were protesting against ICE in LA because ICE had went and did these raids, and Donald Trump called in the National Guard. And then in Washington, D.C., for the homeless people and for those predominantly in the minority community, because that's where a lot of the crime was taking place, the National Guard was called in for there. And then they said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into Chicago. And then he backed out of Chicago and said, we're going into Memphis. We're going into Memphis, Tennessee. And then he backtracked and said, no, we are going to go into Chicago. And I think it was a decoy because, you know, you had people down there in Chicago talking about Donald Trump. You come over here and fool with us. We got this, we got that, we prepared, et cetera, et cetera. So, I heard him say in an interview that some of his closest allies or some people that he get advice from told him that if he went into Chicago with, you know, people being enraged about him coming there, it can turn into something bigger than what it actually was and would hurt him in, you know, the midterms or whatever. And so he said he pulled back. He was going to let Chicago do his thing and tear themselves down if that's what they wanted to do. But he was only going to be going into cities and states, you know, that gave him the permission and felt like there is a need to clean up the crime, then we would go into those cities. So all of a sudden, they just boots on the ground and they are in Chicago. They're also in Portland, Oregon, which he have commanded the National Guard to take full force. You don't use full force of the National Guard, of the military at all unless it is a war. You don't use full force, full power, full control to do whatever. There's restrictions. You can't shoot people. You can't arrest people. You can just only protect the building. You can keep, you know, our FBI agents safe. Full force. And we have a problem with that because you have a lot of people that identify as Antifa, anti-fascism, that are taken to the streets to protest against the military. And it's a lot of them. A lot of them. And they ain't going nowhere. And they ready for the smoke. And even got the governor out there marching with them to oppose a tyrannical government, which could literally spark a civil war by itself. You got hundreds of thousands of people that have gathered there in protest against the National Guard coming there, and the National Guard is there. They out there putting red beams and sniper marks on people protesting in the street, which is their constitutional right. But what you see on the screen here is Trump suggests using dangerous U.S. cities as training grounds for military. Do you? What? What? Trump, y'all know that Hegseth and Trump just met with them 800 world generals and admirals, military official in high powerful positions. They just met with them today. And what he told them at this meeting was, we need to use these dangerous cities as Los Angeles, as New York, as Chicago, Memphis, Tennessee, Portland, Oregon, these big major cities. We need to use these as ground for military, as training grounds for military. What kind of training, y'all? Now, y'all talk back to me. This is a little intermission where I want to get y'all feedback on this. What do you think is coming? Type it in the chat, please, so I can let y'all, so I can be made clear that y'all tracking. Type it in the chat. What do you think this is leading to? Type it in the chat. The dangerous cities, big cities, because they know if we can take these down, everything else is easy. Everything else is easy if we can conquer these strongholds called the biggest cities. Y'all talk to me. Come on, y'all are moving fast enough. Who do you think can't see the writing on the wall with Stevie Wonder's glasses on? I told y'all, bringing the military in for crime was never a good idea. Yet there's a lot of people who literally agreed, and that's all you need is a little bit of agreement. All you need is a little bit of agreement. How do evil continue to manifest itself and get bigger? Because it needs momentum. Same way that one match lighting another match becomes a bigger flame. But when you start lighting 4 and 5 and 6 matches, then you have a whole light. You have a whole illumination. And the more matches you add to that flame, it becomes bigger. Thank you, Brother Thomas. Martial law. Order out of chaos. They finna take over some stuff. They finna take control of people's lives. 2020 was a drill. It was a practice run. They showed us for years in the movie Purge and all these other movies. Contagion. They showed us this stuff. Now this man today suggests to these 800 generals and admirals and the military, let me tell you why this is so important, why I put emphasis on that, because these are the people over the people that go out for combat and stuff like this. Let me tell you another reason why this is dangerous. Matter of fact, I always bring this movie up because I've been saying it since 2020. When did this movie come out? 2024? Hold on, let me see. Ooh. Just like they told Charlie Kirk's death in the movie Snake Eyes that they made in 1998, that a man named Charles Kirkland would be shot on the left side of his neck with an assassination from somebody working for a foreign entity on September the 10th. And Charlie Kirk got shot on the left side of his neck September 10th, 2025. The person who shot Charles Kirkland in the movie, name was Tyler, the executioner. The person that shot Charlie Kirk in 2025, name is Tyler Robinson, allegedly. Now, they cannot attack without telling us. And they telling us everything about what they're saying. We better believe. I want to show y'all this trailer right here, because I went and watched this movie and it did not make sense until the end of the movie when they showed that it was the government unaliving the civilians. The whole movie didn't make no sense till it got to the end, because you seen all these dead corpses and people burning and stores looted and all of this stuff. Hell, chaos. And then you never knew who was doing it. When nobody allowed on the streets but media and journalists and military. Y'all have a look. Have a look.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The interim president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death. Flooded.
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! Get in the car!
Move, move, move!
We're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.
I play that movie all the time. I always talk about that movie. Yes, and leave the world behind. Yes, yes, yes. All of that. And what we're witnessing is exactly this. If I go over here right now, which I'm about to show y'all, see if they got somebody live showing actual. Yeah. This is how I look out there. That, what you call a thumbnail, is how it looks out there. With people that are live on the ground. Literally. It's how it looks out there. People are live streaming. Because they like, okay, if I gotta be unalive, so what? It is what it is. But people are pushing back. Not only that. Okay, we got people down here going up. In Illinois and in Portland. Trying to see if I can see something live. Yeah, 51 minutes ago. This is what it looked like. 51 minutes ago. Of people saying it's going to go up against the National Guard because technically the National Guard should never be patrolling our streets. The military is not supposed to be used for American citizens. It's literally treason. And you give them full power. Let's see what that means. Let's look together and see what that means. Let me close out a tab or two. Hold on one second. I got some other stuff. This is just the beginning. That's it. But there's some other stuff. The government shutdown that's going on. In about, a little bit. People's Social Security checks and welfare checks, unemployment checks, government payout checks, all could be affected. And then why would you bring all them people, all these military people together? The last time you did this, y'all struck Iran. Then you just met with Netanyahu like a couple of days ago. Iran know what's going on. We ought to be aware of what's going on because you keep on poking the bear, like in real life. You keep poking the bear. You know, blew up their stuff, you know, and hey, I get that you got to protect America by all means necessary, but we're not in a war with Iran. You said, hey, the nuclear sites, we need to dismantle them because they can never have a nuclear weapon. Why are y'all messing with them now? Okay. This phrase typically implies an aggressive posture and a willingness to use maximum available power to quell civil unrest or assert federal authority, but its specific meaning can be ambiguous. The legality of such an order is frequently challenged and depends heavily on the specific context and the authority under which the guard is activated. A president's options for deploying National Guard and the force they can exert depend on how the guard is activated. Now, Donald Trump say use full force. Trump signals greater use of military in U.S. cities, warning of war from within. What in the name of God are they cooking up out here? Do y'all smell it? Y'all let me know. Do y'all smell it? What war are we in within? This is never okay. I don't care how one side tries to make it seem legitimized. I don't care. This is never good, people. This is never good. This is going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt them. Honestly. And a lot of this stuff is just a drill to usher in these things, to start and stir up these things. Now there's a threat. It ain't safe to go fellowship in the house of God because these people have driven people to think that people who worship God and deem themselves to be Christians are the evil ones. When I tell you they are stirring the pot, let me get back to this, but I wanted to start right here because this ain't never, ever good and never will be. I need to hurry up because I don't expect to be here a long time. Let me get through these headlines real quick. So you got that. You also got the government shutting down. And when the government shuts down, they don't pay their bills. And I have to remind you that Donald Trump is all for this. Donald Trump is the one who shut the government down, and it hasn't been shut down since he was last in office. Doesn't bother them, but it will affect you. Especially if you got to show up for work and you can't get no paycheck. They send you an IOU. Then if you stop showing up for work, you run the risk of not having a job when all the jobs are already being replaced. So what's going to happen to our elderly people, our seniors? Okay. President Trump told a gathering of military leaders Tuesday they should use American cities as training grounds. and described a federal crackdown on crime in major cities as necessary due to a war from within. Listen to the terminology. Trump addressed dozens of top generals and admirals in Quinceto, VA, where he said defending the homeland was the military's most important priority. He signaled the leaders in the room could be tasked, given orders, with aiding in federal intervention in Democratic-led cities such as Chicago and New York City. They're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. What person hearing this wouldn't say, yeah, we want safe cities? See, all they need is a little bit of agreement. And unfortunately, everybody don't feel the way that I'm sharing this. It went from we'll just use them for LA. Then it went from that we'll just bring them over here into Washington. Then it went from that to we'll just use them in Chicago. And then to Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to clean up New York. We're going to go into Oregon. Like, bro, you just say you're going to go into the whole 50 United States. This is martial law right here on the precipice. Right here, right now, that is what they're implementing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. Trump said, and this is going to be a major part of some of the people in this room. That's a war, too. It's a war from within. Do you hear what this man is saying? Yeah. Let's keep going. Just want to give y'all some context. Okay. Wake up call from Walmart CEO. AI is coming for every job. Everyone. If you ain't digital, dead in the water. If you ain't digital, dead in the water. It's clear that AI will change literally every job. Maybe there's a job that AI won't change, but I haven't heard of it or thought of it, excuse me. Our goal is to create the opportunity for everybody to make it to the other side. This man was on the morning news. Stocks then went down because they don't have these systems, this digital system that they are literally, you guys don't understand what's happening. They are literally forcing you to become a part of a digital society. Whether you like it or not, you won't be able to live. You won't be able to buy. You won't be able to sell. You won't be able to trade. Other countries are doing it already. China was the first one. Canada is doing it. Sweden is doing it. UK now is on board. Trump want biometrics in his big, beautiful bill. All in the name of immigration. All in the name of immigration. We got to stop immigration. So now will be mandatory digital IDs. See, we didn't look at it like that when they said, no, you got to have mandatory. What do they call these new IDs? Is it called, they didn't call our digital IDs. They called ours, what's the word? Real IDs. So you mean to tell us the last ones was fake? Because I thought those were real too. But now you would not be able to fly domestically unless you have a real ID or a passport that has updated technology. Y'all see how this just goes along? Other dictators and tyrannical governments are saying it's mandatory. Meanwhile, they're just lollygagging this one along like, hey, everybody must have real IDs by 2026 or you won't be able to fly. These are rights being taken away right before your eyes. If you don't believe in the book that called the Bible, I don't know what to tell you, beloveds. It's plain as day. It's black and white. Ain't nobody else said these things would happen. Okay? And then here go Mr. Eric Trump, Trump's son. Bitcoin will crush Wall Street old finance system. Didn't I tell y'all they created their own new financial system called World Liberty System or World Financial? World is WFL, World Financial something. Their new crypto system, stablecoin system. Bitcoin will crush Wall Street's old financial system. I shared a video where Donald Trump said the old system is outdated. They still got people out here working, slaving for the dollar. You ain't got time to get no assets. Now we want y'all dependent upon us. Period. We don't want y'all even thinking about no ownership. We don't want y'all thinking about no assets. Keep working. We're working too. We're working to lock you out of our system, because if you ain't got your own, you will have to have ours. And that comes with either the name, the image, or the number of the beast. It comes with it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Let me move this banner so y'all can see everything, okay? Bitcoin will crush old finance systems. That's why they started it. Okay, let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving, okay? Now, I told y'all this whole Charlie Kirk thing was very interesting, shall I say, and that there was a real big fat message that went out to all of us, okay? And there's been a lot of talk about how, this guy was deciding to step away from some of the things he was displeased with seeing in the Israeli leadership. First, he was backed by them. He was sponsored by them. He made millions and billions inside of his nonprofit organization, having donors such as him, as long as he spoke positive about them. I also shared with you guys the video the other day of Benjamin Netanyahu saying he's coming for TikTok and he's coming for X, because we are in a battle. He said in the old weapons we used to use, it ain't that type of battle. Now we need to use social media. We need to use influencers to combat anybody speaking bad on our name, anybody questioning anything we got going on, anybody pro-Palestine, anybody that says I'm a bad person. I want you to flip the script, say the opposite, call them crazy, harass them, and lo and behold, we come to find out that Israel is paying influencers $7,000 per post. Baby, do you know how many times they can post in a day and get paid? This right here is foolishness. And if you think this is fake, let me see if I can go find that video. Hold on. Oh, if you think it's fake, let me go on back over here real quick. Hold on, let me go find it in my history. Hold on. I think I know how to get back to it. 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let me bag this thing on up so you can hear this man. And then I'm going to put on a subtitle so you can see it as well. Stop share over here. And listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth. If you can't hear them that clear, let me make sure the volume is all the way up. It is. If you can't hear him clearly, read the subtitles, the captions at the bottom. It'll tell you exactly what he's saying. Here we go. Let me make sure we're good on the volume here.
He said, he talked about the woke right. He said, I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant. The woke right, because these people, they're not any different from woke left, I mean, they're insane. They're the reason. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back?
Fight back. How do we fight back?
I think you should also talk to them.
Our influencers.
To that community. They're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle.
Let me rewind that back just a little bit. He said we have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers.
Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance.
I think we should also talk to them if we have a
community. They're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over that. Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you can't fight today with swords.
We're going to have to change the weapons of battle because weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords.
That doesn't work very well, okay? And you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. X. That's very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpart? Yes.
So he wants to take over TikTok.
Okay. So I just wanted to show y'all what he just said the other day. So now you know when I show you that receipt that this man is paying $7,000 to post to spin a narrative. You know it ain't fake. He paying influencers. Did not he just say we got to infiltrate that community? We got to go after the influencers. And paying them to, you couldn't pay me anything. We've seen what happened to Charlie Kirk. We good. We don't want no government involvement at all. Zero. None. We're good. We're not peddling, pushing, promoting. We're good. We building for us, by us, and that's it. Especially if you hanging around me. We're building for us and by us. Want to show y'all something else too. Let me get it queued up because this is what they got. This is what they really got coming down the pipeline with this whole thing. I might need to go on over to the next one. Okay, yeah. Let me jump out of here real quick and share this with you before I forget. And this is important. Let me get it queued up for y'all. Then I'll share my screen. Okay, hold on. Let me get it up. All right. Cool. Okay. This is an ad from Palantir. Now, Palantir owns a lot of our data. Okay. I don't know how to make this bigger. I hope you can see this. Okay, hold on. But this is the plan. I told y'all they tell us before they do. So this is the plan.
Your commercial ad that just came out that you guys need to check out. You guys do remember who Palantir is, right? The new data integration company that's helping the Department of Defense, the IRS, the DOD, Doge, and all these, and ICE, the People's Handling Immigration. But check this thing out, y'all. This is crazy.
Good morning, citizens. Your overnight account balances have been updated. Time to start a productive day. Final notice, your account balance is below 500. You need 50 credits by the end of the day to avoid automatic eviction. If you have missed work due to illness, you must provide a doctor's note to reclaim your credits.
Any extra credits? Please.
Tensions are high today, with more people planning to join the Citizens Against Digital Control protest. Remember, the government knows who you are at all times. Resisting is not worth the consequences. All of their newest social credit systems are designed to keep you and your families safe and efficient.
Authorities seized a record balance of an individual's credits, citing excessive hoarding.
Traffic violation detected. 7 miles per hour over the limit. 75 credits have been automatically deducted.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
Excuse the language.
Yep, you got the flu.
Your blood work shows a significant iron deficiency. I recommend incorporating more red meat into your diet.
Dr. Jones, your taxes were not filed and have been automatically deducted with late fees. Your medical license has been revoked.
Oh, hell nah. I filed an extension.
Purchase denied. Monthly red meat allowance exceeded. Try mealworms instead.
Can you guys please let me through?
Attention. Unauthorized political gathering detected. Participants' access to financial services has been suspended. Due to the speeding infraction, your car will be immobilized for 3 days.
Fuck you! Take your surveillance policies and rot in hell!
You've earned 50 bonus credits for reporting your neighbor's hateful misconduct. This content exceeds your current social credit tier. May we suggest citizen responsibility? Sarah, open the door. You have been identified by the authorities. Don't resist. Don't resist. Don't resist.
This hold on, let me get back over here. This is a ad that the biggest cloud data store for our government created. I digress. Let me come on back over here. I'm almost done. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to get this done in the first 20, 30 minutes, but it just be so much that you ought to see and be seen, okay? Let me come on back down here. I think this is where we last left off. Yep. So I'll show y'all that again. Israel's paying influencers $7,000. Who is actually paying Netanyahu? Same man we just seen teaching his people how to combat anti-Semitism and call anti-Semitism, aka people's opinions and critiques of him or the nation of Israel, a war. Now notice how all of them saying this war word. Netanyahu referred this week to a community pushing out preferred messaging in U.S. media. And boy, are they making a priceless sum. What in the world is going on? Can anybody tell me what you think is going on? Largest mass resignation in U.S. history as 100,000 federal workers quit today. What kind of federal workers? Who are these people? Are these people that protect our water systems, the grid, surveil? It's 100,000. Can you believe 100,000 people massively resigned, quit their governmental position? Ooh, we are in, friends. We are in up to our necks. Probably past our heads at this point. We don't even know who these people are. What federal workers? Y'all work for the feds. Does it have anything to do with security? Does it have anything to do with food security? The Food Drug Administration, that's a federal, I mean, who is this 100,000 federal workers quit? Who is these people? Okay. Meanwhile, Brother Trump's having him a good old idea. He's passing out Trump 2028 hats. Maybe he's trolling, or maybe he's not. Because there are rules being rewritten and legislation being changed right now that Donald Trump is doing himself. Did I send these other photos? Hold on, let me make sure, because it was a lot, but I want to make sure. Okay. He's the one that was paying people to make sure that the government shut down. Paying them. Hey, don't worry about y'all money. I got y'all covered. And now, let's see if they didn't shut down. Terrible. Knowing Donald Trump don't care about a shutdown. He don't get his way. He don't care. He let it happen before. This affects, so it's so many things happening so fast and so bad. Let's see. Not to mention October 1st. That whole little funding cut for the Housing Authority, Section 8, goes into full effect. 2-year term limit. Kick them off. We're reducing the budget. So you're not going to be able to pay vouchers. This is a straight catastrophe, y'all. And this ain't no message to pump fear. This is clearly to show you what is going on. Okay? It's clearly to show you what is happening so you can act accordingly, govern yourself accordingly. And we're not the only one calling up armed forces. Denmark calls up its reserve forces, citing new developments due to the increasing threat of external forces and rise of drone intrusions in their country's airspace. Israel just said, our weapons are different, like drones, but I won't get into that right now. But drones are being used to unalive the cartel. Drones are being used, as you saw in the movie Civil War, to put strikes on people that live here and pay their taxes. And this is what I mentioned earlier. The last time Donald Trump did this, they struck Iran. And Iran said, we're not taking no more. And I don't think any country would if they just kept being bombed. But there was a mysterious number of fleet, 8 to be exact. Air Force tankers crossing Atlantic stirs echoes of Iran strike. They're trying to be silent, okay, about it. But Iran had already said, This time we're going to hit back. And Russia is already saying, look, y'all done exceeded the amount of times that y'all just going to come over here bombing these people and causing these people heartache. We all going to be involved. So there's a lot of things brewing, beloved. There's a lot of things brewing. I always want to come by here and let you know what in the heck is going on. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I got so many more receipts to show y'all. It is absolutely ridiculous what is happening at such a rapid rate and how people are being affected by this internally in their livelihoods. I cannot believe that I am here in 2025 witnessing these very things that I never thought I would see in my lifetime. I found myself wanting to go back to the 70s and 80s and 90s when things were just normal. But now is not the time to just go and cower and, oh, I need to lay down and this is so sad and oh my gosh, all these things are happening. I don't feel like I can go on. I'm in fear. I don't know what's going to happen to me or my family. So now you're operating in fear and not in faith. This is not that. This is simple. It's so simple. A kindergarten can understand. Get up and get busy before you completely run out of time. If you see everything moving digital, then you should be over there in that space just to utilize the opportunity so that you don't be caught up in this system taking no mark, no image, or no number. No, let me leverage it because this is what they're doing. They're leveraging this opportunity right now to implement and usher in this digital society, this dystopian. It take money to do that. And they're using your money, unfortunately, taxpayers' money, to bankrupt us by sending all of our aid to foreign countries, raising prices through the roof, so it makes it so affordable that we can't live. Bringing in the National Guard. Why? Y'all know something is going on. You don't just summon 800 world, not United States only, world leaders, generals and admirals to no meeting just to talk about how well your military is doing. That is baloney. Something so devastating is about to come upon us and happen. And if you're not prayed up, that is first and foremost. You can't be out here physically prepared and you spiritually naked. You can't be out here spiritually prepared and you physically naked. It goes hand in hand. And another thing, you have to be emotionally prepared for the things that you will have to endure and the things that you would have to go through and the things that you would have to see. Because we're going to see things that we're not ready to see. We're going to go through things that we never imagined going through. There's nothing going back to normal. So now would be the perfect time for you to get yourself together with a community, a godly community, those that can get a prayer through, those that got crazy faith, and build. Hey, I'm going to start stacking up on the rice. You stack up on, we can barter with each other. Hey, are you close by? Are you in the nearby or surrounding areas? If we lost phone service, how would I get in touch with you? Can I get your address outside of here? Nothing more than just to check on you. Or in case of an emergency, we have a localized place that we'll meet. And here's that localized place. We should be preparing for medical intervention, making sure we're going, stocking up on vitamins, different things of that sort. All the vitamins, vitamin B, C, D, E, stuff for like infections that are similar to antibiotics, antiseptics. We need to be stocking up on those type of things. Solar panel, flashlight, all of that, because they are planning something. I cannot tell you exactly what it is. No man knows except Christ himself. We know in part. He only give us what he want to give us. We see in part. He only allow us to see what he want us to see. And we prophesy in part. We only can declare or announce what we've seen and what we know in part, in partiality, because we are not God and we don't know the full picture. But he will tell us enough to warn us and to prepare us. And that is what he has done countless and countless and countless of times again. That Charlie Kirk thing was a message to all American people. You don't obey, you go bye-bye. Period, point blank. You don't obey, you go bye-bye. Period, point blank. Okay? So I want to always offer my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, opportunities to not get caught up practically at this point. Practically at this point, if you pay attention to not what they're saying, but what they're doing, then you will be able to put yourself in a better position. If you see all of them buying up farmland, go buy you some. If you seeing them buying up farmland, because if you buy up farmland and own the farmland, you control the food supply. When inflation goes up, so does the demand for food. If you got some land, you and yours is good, because you can always grow something on it. You can always leverage it. You can always lease it. You can always hold it, and it still appreciates. This is how you secure. Let me secure me and mine for down the line. I'm working for today to pay bills that I need, but I'm investing for tomorrow. This job stop, I got something set up in place. As a plan B, as a responsible human, as a responsible woman or male, as a responsible husband or wife, as a responsible mother or father, grandma or grandpa, auntie or uncle, doesn't matter. As a responsible person, if ain't nobody else doing it, I need to do it. Simple as that. So I'm going to go over some opportunities with y'all that I'm doing, that I've used, because I only teach what I do, because I only do what I teach. So I am going to share some opportunities with y'all. Y'all want to take up on it? It's these opportunities are going to allow you to get there real fast, because we ain't got a lot of time to be playing. We ain't got 40 years. We ain't got 40 hours. We ain't got 80 hours. We ain't got that much time to be playing and all of that. No, I need something and I need it right now, like J.G. Wentworth said. Okay? I need it and I need it now. So let me get, because I wrote it down here. One thing that I will say is that we are in the most opportune time as a minority, while they got the money, as disadvantaged businesses, as veterans, as women owned. There's disadvantages against you. There's so much money in the government contracting space. So much money in the government contracting space. I'm talking about for little stuff, not big stuff, little stuff. Okay. I'll share with you. Where is this at? Let me take that out of there. Hold on. Close this tab. Let me find it. Here we go. Unison Global. Okay. Let me show y'all where money in your backyard is at. Okay. Money in your backyard is literally in your backyard. Log in at the same time. That log in start from the beginning. Okay, cool. Just log me in, friend. I don't care about any of that. Got my email address. Okay. Should I update this? Hold on, y'all. Okay. It says enter valid. Why is they giving me a problem with this? This is valid. If they want to be dumb and don't let me go in this way, then and then that is what I picked. And then 11, 21. Oh, here's the problem. 15. Okay. What in the world? World's market say yahoo.com. I agree. Let me try this one more time. There was a problem verifying your request. Okay, please continue to try again. Continue. What is the problem? Please re-authenticate. Okay. See if it'll let me in. I don't know what that was all about. That's really weird. Okay. Think I'm getting in. Yep, I'm in. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me show y'all where these contracts at and how you can get you some money same day. How you can win a bid without even bidding. What they call low-hanging fruit. It ain't low-hanging to us. 20,000 ain't low-hanging to us. 40,000 ain't low-hanging to us. That is life-changing for a lot of people. Okay, so let's see all opportunities that's been posted. Let me show y'all real quick. Come on, what in the world is going on? There we go. If you can go find them, hotel or either Airbnb. The military is buying short-term lodging. They just want motel space. I'm pretty sure they're having a conference. This contract is every bit of $10,000, $15,000. Okay? They looking for underground fuel storage tanks. And this is the Department of Justice. You ain't got to have none of this. All you got to do is know somebody who do or find it for them. These people are looking for meat right here. They looking for sustenance right here. They looking for full food services for the USCG right here. Okay. Also, again, short-term stay, San Diego. You can take all of these. Fayetteville, they looking for short-term lodging. Hotels. Can you go book me a hotel? And we'll pay you real well to book us a hotel. They may say we want 5 single beds. We want 5 double beds. And we want 2 suites. And we want the conference room. Okay? This is sources sought. They don't even want you to bid on this. New York Refuse and Recycling Collection and Disposal Service. They got a contract on that. Let me go call up a garbage company. You want to do the work? I'll split it either, 50-50 or 60-40. However, short-term lodging in Utah. Somebody trying to go investigate Charlie Kirk. Okay, the military more than likely. Short-term lodging in East Point. Okay, there's contracts, many of them for bread, for ice, for tuna, for Pampers, for diapers. You can go get you a contract on demand. Okay, what I'm gonna do for y'all? Let me give y'all 2 opportunities to learn this stuff because you could learn it. This is a way for you to go and get your reparations back real fast. In real life. Let me go get like 4 or 5 of these and pay myself $15,000, $30,000, $60,000, $75,000 for booking some rooms for y'all. No problem. I got you. I ain't got to leave my house. I ain't got to do any of that. I'll set up a reservation and get it done for you. As a matter of fact, I'll handle all them other ones that you got now and those coming up later on. Contract. That way I know at the end of the day, me and mine ain't gonna go hungry. I don't care what y'all do. My grandma used to say, if you can't beat them, join them. You better learn how to play the game. I'm over here. I'm an entity. I'm not even a whole human being anymore. I'm an entity. I'm a corporation just like y'all. You can't attack me because I'm a corporation. Can't do that. I know laws, and we ought to know them as well. It is imperative for us to know them as well. Okay? There's also money in your backyard. I can go on and on and on and show you all kind of ways to get government contracts without even being a federal contractor. I have the workshop replay showing you all about how to get started, resources, the whole 9 yards, okay? How to get started, what's the resources that you need, how you find them, how you actually respond to them, how to register yourself to become a federal agent, your certifications that get you to the front of the line, funding, building business credit. Here's some plays you can go and actually run at this bank. It is fully loaded with that. And then I'm also including Gov Money 2.0. That's all about disaster relief. Hurricanes, all these different things right now. Oregon is in a state of emergency. That's a disaster. So is Illinois. You can clock up. They need water. Okay, they need food, snacks while they protest. Stupid stuff that the government pays for. You can go and get paid. Okay, so I have the Gov Money 1 and 2.0, which is Gov Money disaster relief contracts. Make $1 million in a month with disaster relief contracts. That's where it's at. $97 if you want that. Okay, I sold the whole entire mastermind honestly for $1,000 and the replay for $497. You guys can have both of them for $97. I want you to win, friends. I want you to learn about real wealth. Stop working for money and get you some real wealth established. And I also know how to stop begging these people for a reparation. Go get it. Here's the information. Go get it. Okay? So if you want that, put a 1 in the chat. I also got the wealth bundle. I didn't show y'all over and over and over what the wealth bundle is, but it is fully loaded for you. It's also $97. It includes funding plays. It includes credit, how to rebuild your credit, who the top people to go to that'll get you funded and finance, a link of lenders that'll get you financed without having any type of business documentation, anything of that sort, how to start a virtual call center, how to start Airbnb and Turo. It's fully loaded. I can't remember everything off the top of my head because it's more than 4 or 5 things. It is fully loaded. Okay, $497 for that. Can't sell it to you. Not $497. Excuse me, $97 for that. Excuse me. $97 for the wealth bundle. That is your one-stop shop to everything that you need. Literally, you can take those CDFI lenders that is inside of this wealth bundle and go and have you some money in the next 14 to 30 days. Okay, everything is in there that you need. How to make $100,000 a month in digital product space. How to become your own bank. Like, there's a lot of things involved inside of the wealth bundle. It's $97. Medical courier, you guys can be making up to $2,000 using your own vehicle without being a gig worker, okay? You are your own person. You sign up at your own time when you want to. You drive when you want to, okay? You make as much as you want when you want to. So you can take, I want to take that $95 pickup cookie order. Okay, I already got $95. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up this $450 to drop this specimen off at the laboratory. Okay, it's an easy way to make $2K in one day and also in a week, and that is included in the medical courier. You need to know where to go. You need to know what apps You need to know the top apps that are hiring so that, you know, you ain't in a room that's super oversaturated or overcrowded. So I have that for you. It's $97 for the medical courier. It's over 120 different apps with the top apps, and you also get the play to go ahead and learn how to make you 2,000 a day or 2,000 a week. It's up yours for the choosing. Okay, we have that for $97. Am I going to mention? No, I'm not going to mention that one. Hold on, let me. Just got a couple more. Excuse me. Just got a few more. I got a lot of stuff on this list, y'all. Where did I put this? Okay, I can't find it, and I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I'm actually getting ready to get up off of here. Yeah, I'm about to get up off here because I can't find what I was looking for. It might be over here. No, it's not. So what I will say is this. I thought it was right here. That is crazy work. What I will say is this. I will post a photo. I'm going to give y'all another option to take action immediately. If you want to learn how to buy land, very inexpensive, like $300, $100, $1, and you know you want to learn how to go ahead and use the same strategies that billionaires do, then you can get in land banking. If you want to know more about government contracts and you say, hey, I just don't want to listen to something, and what if I have questions? I would rather have a community type of situation. So let me find where it's at. Post it on the screen, and then you guys will be able where are you? Then you guys will be able to carry on about your extracurricular activities, okay? Y'all will be able to move on. Where is this at? And hold on, y'all. All right. See y'all photos. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Okay, here we go. So all of these are extra half off because I don't normally add these or advertise these at this price, especially when it comes to mentorship, for the simple fact that I'm taking my time out, to teach you and to help you implement and to coach you and all this stuff in it. I'm not saying it in a negative connotation that it's a waste of time, but it really is a waste of your valuable time that you can get out once it's gone. So if you want to do everything in AI space, so many people are making millions of dollars in the AI space. I can testify I made my first million, first one in my family from online, literally. Okay. And I teach you everything, how to leverage AI to create somebody that will actually sell this stuff for you. Whoop-de-whoop, yada, 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 yada. You're going crazy. Somebody's baby done been abducted. Father, we just declare and we decree. We ask for your divine protection. This child will be returned to their parents safely. In Jesus' mighty name. Credit business in a box, dirt rich land bankers, fully funded in 7 days, government contracts, it's all mentorships. Okay, be your own bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mentorships that I am offering right there on the screen at a heck of a discounted price. Okay. You want to learn how to sell to the government. You want to learn how to buy land dirt cheap. You want to learn how to help people restore or repair their credit while you're doing it for you. You want to be able to skip the line, get fully funded in 7 days, or government contracts for $497, which is a mentorship that will help you go get your reparations back. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? I'm going to leave that up on the screen. Any questions for me? Any advice? Anything you want to share before we close out? Instagram family, I was able to share with y'all while I was sharing with them. I don't want to sound like a resounding or clanging cymbal, but I don't know what to tell y'all. Warning comes before destruction. That's what I do know. Warning comes before destruction. And God is warning us now, right now. And because of the activities that have increased, not to mention that Halloween and all that other wickedness goes on in this month. And October 1st, there are a lot of demonic events being scheduled and planned to release demonic spirits into this country. Okay? So it's not a game. Please love yourself first, outside of God, after God, and before your children. And when you get on that type of time, then whatever it takes, by all means necessary, I say, yes, I'll build this. If you are interested over here on Instagram, go ahead and go to my bio, click the link in my bio. You can DM me. Really doesn't matter. I will get back to you. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump on up off of here. I'm right at the 1 hour, 30-minute mark. And that's a sweet spot to be in. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. Please stay safe. Please stay in peace and not in pieces. Please. Okay, people are being greatly impacted in their mental behind this psychological warfare that we got going on with us. But please stay in peace and not in pieces. Until the next time, if ain't nobody told you today they love you, Dr. Worlds love you.